Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboabtw. And so in this video, I do want to tell you guys basically how I would fix this game if I was a lead developer. I'm not making this video so I can try to be put on lead dev. I'm kind of just making this so developers can watch this and be like, damn, I need to make these changes because this is what the community wants. So yeah, let's just get right into it. The very first change that I do want to discuss is going to be a new server list, because this server list is terrible. You can't teleport to other areas. So if you're a Fullbringer, you can't teleport to Waco. You can't teleport to Soul Society if you want. You can't really teleport anywhere with this current server list. The server list is literally dog shit. Like, even the search doesn't work. Nothing works on the server list. So I would change it back to the old one that they used to have, because that one was just way better. Like, it was just overall not even debatable. It was way better. The next change that I would personally do has to do with ranked rewards. I'll probably end up dropping a whole separate video on just discussing ranked rewards, but there should be no reason why I'm literally at 1,000 elo. I'm at 1,000 elo, right? And I get 6 spirit boxes as my rewards. Because if you guys don't know how the current ranked system works, basically whatever rarity you get, every single item is that rarity. So if you did a mythical as your first item, all you're getting is mythicals. If you did a reroll as your first item, then all of its rerolls. So that's one thing I would change, is just make the drop rates way better. And it's not only ranked. Soul Wars drop rates suck. Cooling games, the drop rates aren't very good. 2v2s, 3v3s, not good. Soul Wars is the main one. Soul Wars, you literally have the best Vow in the game sitting inside Soul Wars, and you make it almost impossible to get just because how bad the drop rate actually is. The next thing is obviously going to be the bugs. Fix the bugs, bro. Like, there are so many bugs inside of this game. Just fix them. Like, I don't have any off the top of my head, but I've literally seen people's, like, ground literally just dismantle and they fall through the ground and then they get stuck under the map. And it's just not good. And then this is going to be a big one. Me, personally, I would fully change the obtainment for true modes. I think doing the library and doing all that is fine, because you are actually playing the game. But the requirement after that should also be something that requires you to play the game and not being there sitting AFK. Because I think, me personally as a player, I think if something takes 20 hours, but it takes 20 hours of me actually genuinely playing the game, like if I had to get like 50 to 100 elite player grips for the last stage of Bontai, I would enjoy that way more than sitting there AFK and doing nothing. Because at the very least, you're playing the game, right? At the very least, you're playing the game. Like, if they made the last requirement to where you had to kill 50 people while you're in your normal Bontai, I think that would be perfectly fine. To be honest, I think that would be perfectly fine. It would probably take like 20 hours of seriously playing the game. But you would get to pop mode, you would get to PvP, and you would still be able to genuinely still enjoy the game. But right now, the current true mode requirements is literally you going AFK. Not only are you wasting your electricity bill, you're wasting your time, and you're not doing anything in the meantime, because if you macro or tiny task the like sitting there and denying the raids, some people have gotten banned for doing that. Literally, I think over 25 different people have all pinged me inside my Discord server and be like, yo, can you make a video talking about tiny task and macroing while you're AFK? Because literally I did it and now I'm banned from the game. Which is insane. Like, that is literally insane. So that is definitely one of the big changes that I would personally do, is to change the final requirement of True Bontai. I think it taking 20 hours is perfectly fine. Don't get me wrong. 20 hours is perfectly fine if you were actually playing the game for 20 hours. Instead, you're sitting there AFK, literally twiddling your thumbs and just running up your electricity bill. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're sitting there for 20 hours doing nothing. And it's not even like you can be like, oh, well, you can just go outside and enjoy your day while you're AFK. No, because you literally can't macro or tiny task, or else you would get banned. So you have to actually sit there for 20 hours, which is the most insane requirement I think I've ever seen. And then obviously there's a bunch of other stuff. The balancing for this game is just terrible. Literally, in that tournament, or gauntlet that we ran with Cetro, Vert, and all them, Cetro himself disabled the usage full breeders, because that's how brain dead they are. He knows how brain dead they are. He also said no devil trigger, no vows, no nothing like that, because he knows how brain dead, like, unbalanced they are. And instead of balancing them, he just disables it inside the gauntlet. So he literally admits that his own game is unbalanced. And then he continues to 1v1 vert and lose, but he didn't actually lose because he had God mode on. What are we talking about? But yeah, there's just so many, like, small issues inside of this game. But I would definitely say the big ones are going to be the serverless, the true bonfire requirements, the balancing, the ranked rewards. Oh, another one. Element rerolls and hog frags. Element rerolls and hog frags are actually the most unobtainable thing inside the whole game right now. It's actually insane to me how hard it is to get hog frags and element rerolls. Because you would think that them adding the true bonfires would make them want more people to reroll, so they would drop, like, an actual method to obtain element rerolls super fast. And then also, you have a bunch of new people playing the game that want to get visored or lets or something like that, so you need hog frags. But instead of making it easy to get hog frags and element rerolls, they make it literally almost impossible. The raid shop in Waco doesn't even work. And there's no other real method to obtain them other than going to playing, like, you can go play ranked, but then you're playing ranked with a build that you're not used to, or that you don't like, because obviously if you're farming for element rerolls, then you don't have something that you like, so then you're going into ranked and using a build that you don't want to use, and probably losing, because you're not actually on the build that you are good at. And then hog frags, I don't even know if there's a singular method in the game at the moment to obtain them, because AFK rolled is broken. You don't get, like, any rewards, and that's one area that you can get hog frags. The raid shop in Waco doesn't work, and that's one place where you can get hog frags. And I don't personally even know any other areas to get hog frags inside the game. I haven't seen them drop from ranked, even though they used to. Like, steel boxes and hog frags used to drop in ranked all the time. Maybe the loot boxes when a raid ends, but still, nobody really wants to farm that. So, hog frags and all that. Oh, and then the other thing I want to talk about, the last actual big change that I want to talk about, console and mobile barely even works right now. That shit crashes, like, literally every 2 minutes. So, nobody on console or mobile can actually, like, enjoy this game. Every single time I boot up stream, I'm spammed with tell them to fix console, tell them to fix mobile. It's terrible. I can't even play the game. It doesn't work correctly. Like, please tell them to fix this. It's literally not working. So, a bunch of the big things that people actually enjoy inside this whole ass game aren't working. And then essences are also hard as hell to get, because like I said, with the current ranked pool, it's basically if you get one mythical, you're actually getting 6, because when you get mythicals, you're, like, when you get one rarity inside ranked, that's all that you get. And mythical is obviously the rarest one to get. So that's why almost nobody is actually getting essences right now. Or, if they are, then they're high ranked, and they have a whole inventory of essences, because the mythical chances increased, and when they get one mythical, every single item they get is mythical. So that's just, like, a little crazy to me. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments about, like, what you would do to fix the game. Because obviously I can say more, like rework some of the true bonfires and true modes that are terrible. I can say to buff probably fucking any of the races. I can say to nerf any of the races, nerf certain things inside the races, nerf certain elements, things like that. But the big changes that are needed, in my opinion, that I would personally do, the true bonfire requirements to get changed to where it's something that you're actually playing rather than AFKing. The hog frags, the element rerolls, essences, all that just being absolutely impossible to obtain. The ranked the ranked pool rewards is just terrible. Soul Wars rewards is terrible. The balancing's terrible. The balancing of the new clans is terrible because, like, Ginjo exists, and then some of the stuff as a Soul Reaper and Quincy is just brain dead, and then all the other, like, Aron cards don't have a singular good race, which is low-key insane to me. And leave your own thoughts inside the comments of what you would personally change, what you think needs to be changed, and things like that. The biggest one was honestly the server list. and all the other ones because, you know, bro, just in general fits the game, to be honest. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.